Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at the VIX, and as you can see, we hit a high of 23.14, which is interesting, right? Only to get rejected here. The sellers are right there to take it back down, and now we're under the 5 EMA. Looks like we're finding support here at a level we had marked at 21.99. So I always say, where are the trouble places, right? So in order to get back to the upside, we would definitely need to break back above, I'll say 22.21 area, which is above this 5 EMA. We would need to get above that line, or above that level, let me say that, 22.21. And if we should break above that level, we will have trouble somewhere around 22.39, and above 22.39 we could possibly have trouble here, let's say around 22.81. If we break that 22.81, just know we can come back and retest this 23.03, and beyond that the 23.14, beyond 23.14, 23.21. Those are going to be trouble places for the VIX to the upside. Now, can we get back to that level? Absolutely. In the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Now, under this level of where the 20 EMA is, under 21.99 area for the VIX, we can find support here at 21.81. Again, here at 21.51, 21.49, 21.44, 21.35, and 21.33. And as you can see, that's a lot of support area for the VIX, right? So I have an alert set. If we break under that 21.33, around the 21.25, we've broken through a lot of support, and we could very well continue to the downside. So normally, when the VIX is up, the SPY is down, and when the VIX is down, the SPY is up. So it looks like the VIX is declining. Let's go see where we are with the SPY to see where we are today. So the SPY closed at 567.80. And it looks as if we broke out of a gathering spot here, only to go back to the upside. It looks like this level here of 570.07 is where we're having trouble. And the reason for that, we can see that, is because that's where the body of these candles are. Yes, price did go up to this level, but look where the body came back to, where this zone is what I like to say. So that's our gathering spot as of right now. So where are the trouble places to the upside for the SPY? If we break back above 570.07, we could possibly have trouble at 570.35, 570.65, beyond 570.65, 571.05. Now if we break that 571.05 area, 571.22, 571.45, 571.58, and again at 571.88. Again, those are going to be trouble places or resistance to the upside for the SPY. Now, if by chance we break back under this level here of 569.55, right now the 5 EMA is what's holding us up as of now. You can see price is just resting on this level here of 569.73 or 71 area. If we break that level, we can come back and test the 569.55, which is right here at the 200 EMA. That we tested area once. We've tested that once. So we could very well come back down and break through that. So the trouble places to the downside for the SPY is under 569.41, again at 569.22, 569, let's see, 569.03, let me make sure, 569.03, and we have that marked right where that 50 EMA is. 569.03. Under that, we can come back to 568.91, again at 568.67, 568.46, 568.16, and it could bring us back to this gathering spot down here at 567.72. So I would definitely watch those levels to the upside and to the downside for the SPY. Again, I look at support and resistance on a much smaller scale, because when I'm in the trade, I want to know where I'm going to have trouble at. Although I'd still look at the bigger time frame or the bigger picture, I still want to know where are my trouble places, right? So that was the SPY. We're going to go look at Tesla today just to see where we are today. Tesla closed at 240.83. We had a nice decline on yesterday, let's say that. Came down to this gathering spot. We had here at 240.72 marked, and resistance as support. Resistance was around 241.81, and it looks like we found some support here only to try to get back to the upside. So I always ask, where are the trouble places, right? So for Tesla today, And we definitely need to break back above 244.22. If we should get back above that, we could possibly have trouble around 245.43. Beyond 245.43, 246.27, 246.55. That's a really close area, so I would definitely watch that. If we break above the 246.55, we could have trouble at 246.91, 247.88. 248.33 or 35 area, and then 249.05. If we break the 249.05, 249.65, and if we break 249.65 for Tesla, 251.07. Now those are trouble places to the upside, which is our resistance. Now to the downside, if we break this level of 242.66 area, that's where our 20 EMA is and a previous gathering spot for us. So I would definitely watch under 242.66. If we lose that support, 241.85, 240.72, 239.53, 238.27. Under 238.27, we can come back to that 238.29 area. 236.29 is going to be a support place for Tesla. That 236.22 to 29 area, 29, 22 area is really close to one another, so we have to be careful in that area for Tesla. So at 235.83 under that, and then we can come 234.57. So those are going to be trouble places for Tesla to the upside and to the downside. So if you trade Tesla, I always say trade carefully. And Tesla normally exceeds its ATR, which is the average true range. And again, it can move in either direction, to the upside or to the downside, right? So we are now looking at AMD, and AMD closed at 170.97. We are having trouble at this 172.88. We got rejected here only to come back down, but look, we're right at support at that 172.07. So it's trading in a gathering spot for me. This is a zone for us for AMD. So are we going to bounce here, move back to the upside, or are we going to continue declining? So let's see if we have. AMD has been moving up. I'm going to zoom out just a minute. See if because it seems like AMD has been moving, to the upside. So I would definitely trade carefully today. To the downside, we have trouble around 172.07, under 172.07, 171.34, 170.89, 170.36, 169.97. or 170 area. Under 170, I would definitely watch 169.54. Under 169.54, we could have trouble around 168.71. Under 168, that was 61. 168.61. Under that, we can have trouble at 167.66. So those are going to be trouble places for AMD. Now, if by chance we break back, it looks like it wants to come back to the downside. This area could very well be strong resistance for us because we've been here before, right? So I would definitely watch. It would definitely need to break above the 172.87 and 173.10 in order to continue moving to the upside, but it looks like it wants to come to the downside. But I always say, y'all, in the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. So this is AMD for the last few days. It broke out of a gathering spot here, only to go up, come back, create another gathering spot, move. It's been moving to the upside, and I would say definitely trade careful in this area because at some point we could very well get rejected and come back to the downside. So again, it wouldn't surprise me to see us back at the 167.90 area for AMD. So just know that if we break back above this 173.14, we could very well come back to 177.60 and beyond 177.60, 178.86. So if you trade AMD today, I would definitely watch those levels to the upside and to the downside. In the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Let's look at NVIDIA really quick today. NVIDIA closed at 127.72. And it too is creating a gathering spot for us, y'all. It's easy for me to go and just locate where price is gathering at that time and then move forward, right? So as of now, pre-market support is around the 129.79 area. That's where our price is, right? So that is our support area. Resistance was here around 130.28. So trouble to the upside. If we break back to the upside above 130.28, 130.57, 130.92, 131.18, above 131.18, 131.75, 132.29. Those are going to be trouble places. Above 132.29, just know we could have trouble around 132.89 area. Above the 132.89, we could have trouble around 133.61, and this is for NVIDIA, and that's to the upside. Now, if by chance we break under 129.69, we can find support around 129.19, 128.99, 128.55, 128.39. That's kind of close. Now, if we break that 128.39 area, we can come back to 127.91. Under that 127.91 area, I would watch 127.54, which is right here at the 127.49 area, which is the ATR trailing stop and a support or resistance area that we had marked. So I would watch this level because the 50 EMA is really close. So we have a little bit of support in this area. So I'm going to set an alert if NVIDIA breaks under 127.15 that it has broken through several layers of support to the downside. So I would definitely watch that. Now, if we break that 127, let's see, 127.15 area, just know 126.45, and again at 125.50, under 125.50, 124.94, and 124.41. Those are places to the upside and to the downside that I would watch for NVIDIA. Again, y'all, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. And I do believe we had a few inside day candles. Ford was one of those. Ford is kind of like a slow mover in my opinion. So the target to the, trigger to the upside, if it break above 1061 is the target. To the downside, under 1045, 1044, under 1044, 1045 is the, no, I was right, 1045, 1044 is the target. It's so close that it's interesting for Ford. It is an inside day candle. And I put Palantir on my list for today because of how it was moving on the daily chart, and I'm going to go to the daily chart just so that I can see here. We had created a gathering spot here only to go back, break out of that to the upside. We made a high of $40.29, got rejected. Are we going to find support at this 5 EMA at the 38.65 area and bounce, or are we going to come back down? That's something interesting to watch, right? So if you trade Palantir today, I would definitely say trade carefully. It too is creating a gathering spot for us. Pre-market support I would watch around 39.05. Resistance we have marked here at 39.29. So price is trading in this zone for Palantir, and it looks like the 5 and the 50 wants to cross. Is that going to be to the upside or to the downside? So I would definitely say trade carefully for Palantir. Now, if we break above 39.39, just know we can have trouble again around 39.57. If we break that 39.57, 39.74 could be a trouble place, and again at 39.91, those are going to be trouble places to the upside. Now, if we break that 39.91 area, we can come back and retest $40.13. So if you trade Palantir today, I always say y'all trade carefully. Now to the downside, if we break this level of 39.09, we could very well come back to this area here. This is our zone. This is where price has been gathered. So we could very well come back to 38.84 area and find support under 38.84, 38.43. If we lose that support at 38.43, we can come back to 37.95. So if you trade Palantir today, again, I say trade carefully. Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Now, shop is an inside day candle. Above 82.10 gives us a target of 82.64. Under $80.25 gives us a downside target of $79.50. And let's see how much Shopify normally moves per day. $2.38. So if you trade shop today, I always say trade carefully, right? So let's see. Thanks. Base was an inside day candle. Above 616 gives us a target of 616, which is not far away, right? Under 594 gives us a target of 582. Space is an inside day candle. So if you trade that today, again, I say trade carefully. Yeah. So today the market should be interesting as always, right? Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Market levels, always identify where your trouble places are or your support and your resistance, right? So I always say, y'all, look, we learn and we grow together. So again, I hope these videos are very, very helpful. If you could please like, share, comment, and subscribe, because we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.